Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Tranquility. Happy holidays, everybody. Welcome to our holiday edition of Monday Night Must See TV with just about everybody. So we've got folks from the Hudson Valley Squares, in the Prog Seat, the Guitarist Corner, all sorts of other shows we do on the channel. Folks are going to be hopping on and off during the next, I guess, hour or so. And what we want to do here is we want to give our thanks to all of you, the viewers, and wish everybody happy holidays. But in addition to that, I've asked everybody to talk about their favorite moment on Sea of Tranquility, either that they participated in or an episode that they absolutely loved that they weren't in. So we're going to let our UK folks go first because I know it's very late in the UK and they all want to either go to bed or go back to bed. So we've got, let's see, our UK connection, Simon Bray and Stephen Reed, and we got Andy Edwards. So Simon, I'm going to have you go first, then Stephen, then Andy. And then if you guys want to just wave goodbye and drop off, that's totally cool. If you want to stick around, even better. So Simon, you're up first.
Oh, thanks. Thanks so much. Yeah, I'd just like to say that from where I'm sitting, this looks like the FBI's most wanted list. This is very, very strange. Yes, so many people. Happy Christmas, everyone. Yeah, I was listening to what you said, and now it's gone out of my head. My favourite things for this year was the one that I watched and enjoyed the most was the Blackfoot chat between Pete and Martin, mainly because I got really excited that I have a CD that Pete hasn't got, Medicine Man by Blackfoot, and then obviously he went and got it.
Of course I did.
Yes, thank you. But for about five minutes, I was really, really excited. Other than that, the one I enjoyed being in the most was last week, trying to explain to Pete who Shaking Stevens was, which is really, really weird, and learning that Pete's got a massive Chipmunks collection.
I saw that.
I like my Chipmunks Christmas CDs. What can I tell you?
That was interesting.
Yeah, very, very strange. Yeah, that's yeah.
Jamie. Nice, Jamie.
Yeah. Too funny. Cool. Thanks, Simon. Mr. Reed.
Oh yes, happy holidays, everybody. It is a pleasure to be in everybody's company. So, I mean, I'm a big fan of all the shows. I watch as much as I possibly can, usually when I'm meant to be doing something else. But there's been one episode of homework assignment from this year that really has inspired me. It made me rethink how I listen to music. And it was an episode that featured both Lewis and Jamie. Now, Lewis gave a fantastic explanation of how music is constructed and put together, but Jamie made me get flowcharts out. You know, if that's how you can delve into an album as dense as Echoing, well, I thought, you know, if there's music I can't understand, I too can use that process. So here's the flowchart for Who Made Who by AC/DC. So from now on, all songs will be broken down and put back together like this. So, you know, it's got all of the key moments of the song, and there's also a guitar solo as well. So that was my favourite moment from the shows of this year. So thank you very much, Jamie. I'll never listen to music the same ever again.
That was great, Stephen. That was great.
Jamie, you see what you started now?
I'd like to see a flow chart for how Jamie put his room together.
Oh, wow.
I don't think we have time for that.
No.
This is 10 years. Don't have time
this is
for
over
that.
10 years.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's
It's
so
detailed,
funny.
that's for sure.
It's so funny. Flatline guitar solo, flatline.
Well, thank you, Steve. That was great. Let's move on to Andy Edwards.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Lovely to be here.
Merry Christmas.
I really wanted to put a video, you know, to mention a video with me in it, of course, but it's got to go for me was an episode in the Prog Seat, which was Prog Albums We Can't Stand. And it was George. George basically picking every classic prog album. And the horror on everybody's faces as he went for the throat on every single one. And I was sat there quite enjoying it. And then he went for In a Silent Way by Miles Davis. But he was right. He was right. I knew exactly what you meant, but that was by far my favorite moment. It was just the reaction of everybody else hearing him just go through these classic and Pete sort of going, "Oh no."
Yeah, that was a shock to most of us, and I don't know. There's a reason why that video's got like 30,000 views, right?
Oh, great fun.
Very cool. Yeah, it was. It's fun doing those every now and then.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you, Andy. It's been a pleasure having you on the channel, and we look forward to new music from you. And the new Quill album is great, and got a new Rain album coming out soon, right?
Well, this is why I've got to go off to bed, because I really do need to duck out, because I'm in the studio tomorrow morning, and it's now nearly 1:15. So as soon as I wake up at 9, packing the drums up, them in the studio, putting the drums down on the next Rain album, which is very exciting. It's cool.
Take it easy.
Yeah. And please say hi to Bev and Joy for me, and tell them thank you so much for the mention on the new CD. That was
that's what I was going to put that episode in. Actually, I was so chuffed to be able to hook you up with Bev. He's such a legend. And there's so many stories. They never get to the back end of the stories with Bev. Never. Nice. But I will pass that on to them.
Awesome.
Well, I have you here, Andy. I just want to say thanks for letting me use one of the Rain songs on the compilation CD for Norm.
Oh yeah, that we love doing that. Yeah, that was great.
John Jowett, thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we really enjoyed doing that, and it was great to speak for Norm. So and I'll pass that on to John when I see him.
Cheers, mate.
I haven't got a copy yet, though, I must admit.
Neither do I, but you'll get it. So
brilliant.
Yeah.
But I will have to look you and leave you. Is that okay, Pete?
Absolutely, Andy. Thanks again.
I'm going to get up pretty early tomorrow.
Cheers.
See you all.
Cheers. Happy holidays, Andy.
And you. Happy Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
And let's see who we've gotten in the last couple of minutes. So Stephen Keeler is here. Craig Seibert's here, and Guitar Hack is here. So we're going to have folks coming and going over the next hour or so. So let's see. All right. So Butch Jones.
Me?
You are up.
Hello. Happy bourboning, everybody.
Happy bourboning.
Cheers, Butch.
Hi, Butch.
Hey, Butch.
So Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year. Be safe. Here in New York and the States, the whole COVID thing is ramping back up. So I had some friends over the weekend get sick. So is what it is. But a bourbon a day keeps everything away. That's what I say.
Even the doctor.
More than one.
My favorite moment, to sound kind of egotistical, not really, but was in the Hudson Valley Squares for my birthday. Because I had no clue that you guys were setting me up, and having Lynn and and Nick Franco come knocking at my front door in the middle of the show.
Remember that.
I'm like, why is someone knocking on my door? And Pete's like, you might want to go get the front door. I'm like, oh no. And lo and behold, there's Lynn and Nick at my front door, and they came in and they finished the show here and you guys all got me a bottle of bourbon. So appreciate that. Thank you very much. And yes, I did drink it rather quickly. That was fun. You guys got me. You totally surprised me. I did not see that coming in the slightest bit. So you fuckers, you got
I watched that show right before we went on air today because I hadn't seen it in a while. That's pretty funny. And I think the whole show was a blast. But what I'm amazed at, like Lynn got drunk in like 5 minutes.
She did. Yeah.
Cheap date.
She had a couple of sips of bourbon, and that's all it took.
Yeah.
Well, she kept saying, I don't drink. And she
that
kept
was
sipping.
funny.
She kept sipping. So it's like,
and the progression of it was really quick.
Yeah.
Did she say she worked at the Chance?
Yeah.
I would imagine there's a lot of booze at the Chance.
She's one of these people that said to me, for 25 years, I don't drink. And but I can count several times when I've seen her drunk, but she doesn't drink. So
I see. Okay.
So that was my favorite. That was funny, and I really appreciated it. And you know what? I'm going to cheat and give you a low point real quick too. The low point was again with us on Hudson Valley Squares, and I don't know who the fucker was that sent me that goddamn John Sykes shirt. That milk cart that pissed me the fuck off.
I thought it was hilarious.
Everyone thought it was hilarious. I didn't think it was hilarious. Leave him alone.
I knew he didn't think it was going to be hilarious. I
You mean you're not wearing that shirt proudly, Butch? Come on.
No, it's still folded up exactly up in my closet, but I did keep it, so I do have it.
There you go.
Is it a picture of John and it says, "Have you seen me?"
On a milk carton, yeah. Yeah. So in 2026, when that album finally comes out, I'm gonna I'll bring, see, he's been found and I can throw it out.
Maybe 2026. Maybe before that.
Soon?
But you know what? Someone on Facebook in the butcher shop sent me a link to, I did not see this one. This was actually cool and I actually did watch it. There was a link for the president of Golden Robot Records, and he talked about Sykes and about the record and everything. And he actually had a little tidbit of information in there that I did not know, which was that he's already paid for the record. The way that they made it sound when everything was going down is that he left the label and was going to put it out on his own. But the owner said that he paid for the record. The record is done. He just can't release it yet. So it sounds like maybe it'll actually come out. And if it does come out, it'll be on Golden Robot, because he did go out of his way to let it be known that he owns the album. So
this is a definite.
Well, no. He owns it.
Of course not.
You know, I think he said he doesn't have a copy of it yet either. So all I know is that I know it's done. I know I've talked to Tony Franklin and he's like, you know, I've kept trying to get him to get going and it's done. So who knows? But anyway, sorry to hijack the show there about John Sykes. So drinking thing. So here you go.
Yep, John Sykes. Everybody drink.
John Sykes.
Absolutely.
Maybe we'll see it next decade.
I certainly hope so.
I got to go off camera to get my drink. So 1 second.
Yeah, I'm prepared.
I saw Chuck Alvarez in the house, although he just turned his camera off again. All right, who am I going to pick on next? Jamie Laszlo.
Hey, Merry Christmas, everyone, and everyone watching. I hope you have a great holiday. My favorite moment, well, let's pretend that I'm not selfish for 1 second. Favorite moment's probably when you nabbed Rob Halford as a guest interview. That was great. And the whole month we did our favorite albums of each year. That was a blast. Now let's come back to reality where I am selfish. My favorite moment is my first show I ever did with you, because it literally, you know, people say, oh, that changed my life. That show literally changed my lifestyle and what I do. You know, now I'm doing contrarian shows with Martin and Marco, and I feel like I'm always doing research for some show on either channel. So that first show kind of, you know, maybe it's an overstatement to say it gave my life meaning, but I always have, you know, something to go forward to and hit the mark and move on to the next mark. So yeah, pretty much changed my life. And if you remember, I had confetti in that first show. You probably don't remember, but I had confetti come down during the Elton John show. I don't have confetti today, but I have something. And this did not go well in the trial runs, but we're going to give it a go anyways and keep our fingers crossed.
Here we go.
See what happens.
Brace yourselves.
There we go.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
What the fuck was that?
Snow, I think.
I thought you just shot a hole in your roof.
Prop snow.
It came down a lot faster than I expected. I wanted it to come down like magic, but it came down like my ceiling.
It came down like sawdust.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to shovel my bar now.
I missed it. I'm gonna have to wait for the recording.
Yeah, Jamie props Laszlo. There you go.
Yeah. It's never boring, that's for sure.
No.
I thought it was a pinata.
Nothing can match Carrie.
It was a snow globe gone bad.
Yeah,
I agree, Rand.
Awesome.
All right, Steve Keeler, since I heard your voice last.
Hey, what's up? I'm hoping my mic is working some tonight. I didn't get a chance to test it. Busy watching the Raiders Okay, so
Stay right there, Steve. There you go.
Now it's
Yeah,
working.
exactly. Stop moving.
how's everybody doing?
I'm having a deja vu moment.
Yeah, still not working good, huh?
I can hear you.
No,
We can
I
hear you
can
good
hear
right
you.
now.
Oh, you can hear me. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll work on it for next week. But yeah, my favorite moment of the show, I don't even know. I just love doing the show with you guys. It gives me something to do, and it's just fun to sit around and talk with everybody about music. I really do prefer some of the ones where we're picking albums, and I agree with someone just mentioned, like picking the albums of the year. I thought that just so much fun, and going back to that year and just getting to listen to all those great albums from whatever year that was, and try to decide which ones to pick from. And it's always fun, and especially Pete getting me into doing the show more with the Zoom, especially in the beginning of the pandemic. It was very scary times. It is still now at times, but we had some really good guests and over throughout the last couple of years, and I really enjoyed when we used to get Brian Slagle from Metal Blade, and we had little Elliot from Little Punk People, and that was when it was just me and Pete and maybe 3 or 4 guys doing those shows, and wasn't Hudson Valley Squares, but it was more of like picking albums and stuff. I really enjoyed those, and still enjoy doing Monday nights, and I hope I can get my microphone working. I've got a new one on order, but I'm using the laptop tonight. So Rick was helping me out a little bit. Rick Labonte was trying to get that going. So, but happy holidays to everyone. I hope everyone can stay safe and have a great holiday season and make the best of it. And I didn't even get to pull out my coquito. I got a bottle of that for tonight, but I didn't get it out yet.
Nice.
Maybe next Monday I'll have that one. We're doing the squares. So, holidays going on for a while.
Yeah, there you go. Cool. Thanks, Steve.
Good to see everyone.
Rick Labonte.
Hey, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that wonderful stuff, everybody. Yeah, let's cheers to everybody because we brought some great content on this program this year. There's a lot of people around the world that are having cabin fever, COVID, blues, and we're helping them out. We're bringing something a little more positive. We bring comedy, we bring some education, and think of what we're doing for the artists that are not working, right? We're giving them free plugs about their album, and that's just a nice paying it forward moment. So talk about being part of a great community that do that. It's great. I've been a participant for a long time. I mean, not long time, but I mean a viewer for a long time. And to be part of the team is fantastic to be able to share that love. So how do I go about picking the best episode? You got to know my situation. I'm kind of like the substitute teacher. You got to know all the subject going from one class to another class, right? So if it's like math, that's where I go to the Prog Seat. I was on Team B for a good while to the end of the semester. And then I got the chance to go to the Guitar Corner. That might be the science class because we got to talk about guitars, talk about music like that. And then perhaps I even went on to the drama class because I got to be on the Hudson Valley Squares. And that was a lot of fun because we got to talk about albums that people got, so famous but were sick of and got on their nerves. And I'm not one to throw stones at anybody about their art, but that was a lot of fun. We had a lot of laughs. And there was a lot of great moments, I got to rank the albums with Pete. We talk about the Beatles Get Back film. But I think what is the biggest highlight for me this year is because our buddy Jamie was bringing up the homework assignments, because we were kind of doing that just as guests, right? Bush got me into a lot of bands I was in my own backyard in Canada I didn't even know about. And thumbs up to that. Ran and Sean and many of us have been pushing some ideas back and forth. Hey, you got to check out this album and, stuff like that. And so we were kind of doing that to make it actually a series. Jamie, that was a great pick because it really helped everybody get a chance to show what we like about music. And that's probably when it becomes a highlight for me because all the times I've been following this channel for a while, Pete gave me a lot of homework assignments. I've been collecting all kinds of CDs that he, suggested. Just when I think I got it all, he says, oh, you don't got this album, you got to get it. Shit, there goes my bank account. But anyway, the whole point I am saying is that the one moment I had was the chance to do a homework assignment, thanks to Jamie making it a series, but I gave Pete a homework. And he actually didn't have this CD, so that's a victory in itself, like Simon said. but but then to actually like it and go and buy the catalog. Now, not just one versus the 100 that he got me to buy, but that was the highlight for me to able to pay it forward and share that love for music. So, Merry Christmas to everybody. Cheers.
What band was it?
Nice, Rick.
That was Paul McCartney, Flaming Pie album, 1997. See, Pete was a big fan of mostly the 60s and the 70s, and I encouraged him to go look at what he did in the 90s as well.
Oh, that was a great record, Flaming Pie.
Oh, yeah. Stuff. Thank you,
So,
Rick.
and again, also, you guys were great friends on Facebook, sharing information, made a lot of good pals here. And in itself, that's a gift, right? Talk about Merry Christmas. Having all these people like-minded that want to share the love for music, that's fantastic.
Awesome.
Awesome, Rick.
All right, we're going to stay in Canada. Mr. Popoff.
Hey, how are you guys? Best to you and yours as well for the season. It's been a blast watching your shows and being on the shows. And Pete, the highlight of my week every week is talking to you on Friday morning. So it's a joy, and thanks for that. And I want to say to the viewers as well, my secondary joy of all this is reading those comments. I love going through the comments and reading all that stuff and answering the odd one and getting in arguments with people occasionally. That's always a lot of fun as well. I gotta say, for my funnest moment is definitely watching Lewis do the prog albums we hate, all corded out like the Invisible Man. There, talk about going above and beyond the Call of Duty. For me to go on a show and do a video show, conditions have to be perfect. And I'm thinking, man, what a trooper, lying there and doing that. I think when you bring your hand up and stuff too, did you have an IV in too or something?
Yes, I had an arterial line connected here.
Crazy, yeah. It was great. And then when you would talk, everybody was like almost breaking up, because I remember hearing the thing about, we're not going to talk about this, right? We're just going to let him do his thing. And you were as erudite and music swami wise as usual. And then countering with George slaying all the prog classics and stuff. That was great as well. And Pete, when you do get an interview going, it's almost always stellar. My favorites are definitely have been Steve Lukather and Dennis DeYoung. Those are both great. And the Dennis in the two-part thing. So that was really cool. But no, I too, Rick, I'll second most of your eloquent remarks there, and just say it's been fun being part of the community and doing all this and watching the shows and learning stuff and seeing there's you guys are a really, really smart and wise panel on this stuff. And I think, like you say, Rick, we've done a lot of service in giving people a lot of entertainment and turning people on to bands, right? That's what I love as a writer, and that's what DJs love doing, playing music for people. We just go and tell them about it, right? Which is a lot of fun. So there you go, and Merry Christmas again, everybody.
Merry Christmas, Martin.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Martin. Christmas, Martin.
Thank you, Martin. All right, why don't we stay up in Canada? Mr. Guitar Hack. Turn your microphone on, Hack.
You're muted. You're muted.
Hear me now?
Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. First of all, I want to say Merry Christmas to everybody, politically correct or not. Sorry. Happy holidays, everybody. But first of all, I want to thank Pete for welcoming me into this community. I love doing the shows, the Guitarist Corner. We did Kiss shows. I'm always up for Kiss, Rush. Fantastic. Love doing those shows. Favorite guitar solos, all that sort of thing. That's all awesome. I want to thank you again very much for coming on my little channel, and Martin as well. You guys, when you guys come on, it's always the highlight of my month. So I'll be a little selfish there. I'm going to plug myself there for a bit. But no, it's fantastic. But the one thing that made me laugh out loud, Pete, the last month when you were counting down the most important albums in heavy metal and hard rock, there was one episode. I still laugh thinking about it now. We're like, I should really pick this band, but this band I think means a lot more to me. But this band sold a lot more records. But this band, whatever, and then he finally blurted it out. I'm picking Motorhead.
It's like screw Guns N' Roses. It's going to be Motorhead.
Guns N' Roses. I was howling.
You chose wisely, Pete.
That was hilarious. That was like, made me laugh out loud. But Just a lot of great moments. Meeting all you guys, being a part of this, I'm so appreciative. And yeah, that's all I have to say. I don't have booze. I got a Tim Hortons coffee. I am Canadian. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Cheers. Yeah, it's almost like you have the angel and the devil on your shoulder. Like, which way I should go? It's funny.
Well, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, all right, so I kind of have to pick Motorhead, but Guns N' Roses was my original choice. Sorry, Craig Seibert, and you're going to be next here, but I had to pick Motorhead over Guns N' Roses. I just had to.
I'm impressed that you mentioned Nevermind by Nirvana.
That was an honorable mention, right? Yeah,
very big of you.
There you go. There you go. Yes. All right, Craig Seibert.
You call me out and then you call me on. See how it goes.
Look, there's a method to my madness, my friend.
Yes. Merry Christmas, everyone. No, I
Merry
think
Christmas.
I don't think I have there's one episode that I really kind of enjoyed, but I think the best part for me this year has been really getting to meet and actually be on with a couple of people that I see here on the screen. And then learning from them. Most recently with Guitar Hack, I was on and got introduced to a great album. I was on with Martin for a challenge.
Wait a minute,
Jack and
what
I,
album? What you can't just say that and not say the album.
am I sharing didn't everybody watch the episode? Everybody watched the episode.
Yes,
right?
I guess Butch did not watch. All right, so we'll go for it. Share it.
I'll leave it as a mystery so you can watch.
It was a 29.
Okay,
minute
I'll
album,
never
right?
find out then. But go ahead.
Well, but actually, and to segue into that, I think joining the Butcher Shop this year has been one of the best things I've done as well too, is getting on that Facebook page and just interacting with people and kind of seeing how people share, their love of music and what they care about in music, and not getting, obviously, just like you said about Guns N' Roses, people have opinions and they're going to share their opinions, but nobody gets really upset about it. Everybody just kind of shares and talks their opinions, kind of moves on. So that's been one of the things. And speaking of Martin before, one of the episodes I really liked this year was the most ridiculous songs, classic bands, most ridiculous songs. I really enjoyed that episode. For some reason, that one just actually stuck out to me and kind of stuck with me. But other than that, again, it's just been really nice to just kind of meet with people and be on your show, learn, new things about new albums and new bands and stuff, and just kind of enjoy rock and music.
Cool.
So thanks,
Greg.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, Craig.
Christmas.
All right, let's see what we got here. I'm going to go right next to my screen. I'm going to go right next to Craig. Chuck Alvarez. From the Prog Seat.
Good evening and good morning to everybody over here.
What's going on?
Ready?
Hey, Chuck.
Good evening, everyone. How you doing, everyone?
Chuck.
Well, I just wanted to wish you all a Merry Christmas. I'm still a little bit reeling from taking my vaccine. I got my booster shot and so on. I'm feeling kind of out of it. But that still wasn't going to keep me from not coming on to here. And so I just wanted to just wish all you guys and your families and your loved ones all the best for a better new year. Hopefully we can get rid of all this shit and so we could just live a good life here, man. One of my favorite episodes was actually just mentioned albums by bands that you hate, and so that was one of my favorites. It's a shame that I couldn't make it that day. George just literally killed me, man. every single one of his picks, man, was just like a needle in the back. I think that's
like the Grim Reaper.
Oh man, he just slayed me, man. I think it's time for that voodoo doll. But once again, Pete, I'm just very thankful that you allowed me to come on here and meet all these great people here, man. And as I always tell my wife, I love doing this show whenever I can, and you guys are all the best, man. Merry Christmas and blessings to you all, man. Thanks again.
Merry Christmas,
Chuck.
Right on, buddy.
All right, moving our way up. Louis Nassar.
All right. Well, I want to say happy holidays to everybody. Typically, I'm kind of a Grinch at this time of the year, but I do like the festivities. It's kind of a contradiction. What is my favorite? I mean, I was a fan long before I never even thought I would be on. So the fact that I'm here is already pretty amazing. But if I had to pick a favorite moment, like the one that brought me the most pleasure, without a doubt. And by the way, if you say bad words, do you get demonetized? And is that the case?
No.
I certainly hope not.
Because somebody made that,
Why start now?
comment on the
This
one of the-
crowd?
yeah, well,
It's my
you know,
turn. I'm letting them rip.
right.
I would owe Pete money.
I have to say that without a doubt, the episode that made me laugh days after I had seen it the first time has to be the duel between Stephen Reed and Simon Bray and the homework assignment. Of course, I'm talking about Howling Willie Cunt. This is just a total epic, and I cannot thank the both of you. Simon Bray, I just want to tell you that you're here. You are the master of negative space. I have never seen anybody use a pause to greater comedic effect. Fucking awesome. I loved every second of it. And then of course I had to go and play the record immediately. And then I was sending links to all my friends. Like I said, I don't care what the fuck you're doing. Stop and listen to this right now. And it was a smash hit all over Baltimore. Everywhere I have buddies, they were all loving it. So Mexico City, everybody sends their love. That was my favorite moment. But of course, I love being here. And as long as you guys will have me back, I'll be coming back. So thank you for having me, Pete. And I hope you guys continue to do this for a long time. And be well, be lucky. And Christmas time, as Ian Anderson said, should not be for heavy drinking, overeating, or casual sex with farm animals. But if that's how you roll, that's how you roll.
Nice.
Oh my God. Nobody saw that coming.
No, not at all.
Woo! All right.
Oh, man.
Thanks, Louis.
Oh man.
Where are we at?
Oh, boy.
Jack Toledano.
Hello, everybody. How's it
Hey,
going?
Jack.
Hey, buddy.
Let's go Mets.
Hi, Jack.
Okay, so I have a couple. Well, my favorite episode that Pete and I did was the Dream Set List of Jethro Tull. I felt like that's like a favorite subject for me, and I felt like I could be very creative in that episode and really put like a good mixture of songs together, and got a very positive response from all the viewers, and I thank everybody for that. That's awesome. A very funny thing that happened in another episode that Pete and I were in. We were doing a ranking the albums of Primal Fear, and right in the middle of the episode, Pete gets a spam call. It was the funniest thing. Yeah. Oh, and of course we broke character, and we started making fun of the whole scenario. It was great. So episodes that I was not involved with, the interview with Rob Halford, Pete, that was awesome. Still, yeah. And then of course there was in the Prog Seat with Louis, of course, in the hospital bed, and everybody talking about albums that they hate. I didn't think it was possible that you could actually hate prog albums, but you guys proved me wrong.
You can.
Just ask George.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Later on, I do want to do a plug if we can get back to that. But
okay.
So then I'll just say Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah to everybody on this panel, and to all our viewers out there. You guys make it real and make it fun for us all, and we love you. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks, Jack.
Hey, Jack.
Thanks, Jack.
Thanks, Jack.
Jack.
Scott Berry.
Yo, well, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all the contributors and viewers of SoT and their families. I did not follow directions. I actually picked one that I was in and one that I watched.
Go ahead,
so
go for it.
I'm just gonna knock them out. They're not gonna take that long. Favorite show of the year I was on was album Homework Assignment that I did back in October with Sean Tonar. And even though he didn't like my pick, My Morning Jacket, it still moves as much as I liked his Three Friends by Gentle Giant. I enjoyed doing it a lot overall. And I really like the concept of the show and the way it challenges us to try things outside of our comfort zones. And hopefully we discover something new and different that maybe we weren't aware of before. So kudos to Jamie for coming up with that, man. That you hit a home run with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Favorite I watched. that was a little harder to pick because there's just so many episodes I watched and liked. And I really enjoy watching Hudson Valley Squares on Mondays. And I dig most of the topics. My favorites are the ones where Pete picks a year and everybody picks their top 5 for that year with some honorable mentions, echoing Stevens' comments earlier. And I'd say 1977 probably be my favorite of those. That's just one of my favorite years for music, period. But pretty much anything from the late 60s up through the 80s, I'm good with. And although there end up being several of the usual suspects that get picked, it makes it all the more interesting when somebody picks something that's kind of unexpected. Ryan and Nick, they can usually be depended on to pick something that's off.
No.
You know how that goes. And as George often does on in the Prog Seat. And the cast, you guys are extremely knowledgeable and passionate about the music they love. And I like the interaction between the different personalities, the humor that you guys have, and just that New York attitude you guys seem to have, that y'all bring to the table. And just in closing, I'd like to say pretty much everyone that contributes is knowledgeable and passionate about music, and that's why we're here. May not always agree on everything, but when we do disagree, we do it respectably, and that's what it's all about. Just makes things a lot more interesting that way.
Absolutely.
Merry Christmas,
Right on.
Happy holidays, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
John.
Christmas. Cheers.
Digging the Coltrane print behind you there.
Oh,
Yeah.
got Miles over here.
Okay, I couldn't see my. Okay,
Yeah,
there you go.
Are we allowed to talk about jazz at all?
Oh, yeah.
Why not?
Here we go.
It's not in the butcher shop.
Not in the butcher shop, no.
And we're not in the Prog Seat.
Yeah. All right, where are we? This one's might be a little obscure. George Lemmi.
Brother George.
Hey, what's up, guys? Merry Christmas.
What's up, George? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, George.
Merry Christmas, buddy.
Fellow panelists and viewers. My favorite moment of the year is two halves of the same whole to me. The albums we don't like. I saw it on Hudson Valley Squares, and it was genuinely one of the funniest episodes. The faces everyone makes when these albums get called, it was great. And I did a genuine spit take. Butch tells Lynn, "You're a girl, you don't have any taste." I genuinely spit in that. I'm like,
Glad she's not here to defend herself.
Oh man.
Oh God.
we gotta try and capture that vibe and do it on Prog Seat. And we did it on Prog Seat, and just the viewers blew up, man. I just kept watching the view count go up, and it was just incredible. I think it's at almost 40,000 now.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Wow, geez.
Yeah.
Holy geez. So that would be my favorite moment of that, and close when we interviewed Scott Henderson. That was really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, Merry Christmas to all the viewers, and thanks for all the comments, and keep hanging in there with us.
Got it, man.
Cool.
You're the man.
Craig Kaminsky.
Merry Christmas, everyone, and happy Boxing Day to our Canadian friends. I always wanted to say that. And this is kind of weird for me because I've only been on a couple of shows with Pete, and I watch a lot of your shows, or I'm a member of the Butcher Shop. Butch, actually, if you, this was a few months ago, I sent you the spreadsheet of all of my bourbon and I sent him my booze spreadsheet. I said, you know, here's all the tabs of all the things that I had. They've all been bought at least once. So I was so happy with that. And Martin, I watched the Martin Popoff. I watched the Contrarians. I have like 30 of your books, and you know, it's just so cool for me to get to address some of you guys. Guitar Hack, I watch your show too. Stephen Keeler, I love Rock Fantasy. So this is really, really neat for me. So, and for those who don't know how I came to be on here, a few months back, Pete had mentioned on one of the Monsters Den episodes that he and Chris Laszlo were going to go to a 24-hour horror movie marathon. And the location of that is a few towns over from where I live. And they had already announced that the tickets were sold out. So I knew about it. But when they said that they were going to be there, I thought, you know, if I volunteer for the venue, maybe I'll get a chance to meet them. And so that's what I did. I went to the venue and I said, can I be a volunteer for the event? And I did, and met up with Chris Allo the night before the 24-hour movie marathon and had at least 5 old fashions with him. So that was fun. And the next day got to meet Pete and Chris again, and Kirk Manning from Comic Book Geezers, another channel I love, which everyone should watch. And I was so excited to meet them and hang out with them. After the 24-hour fest was over, I said to Pete, well, you know, when you do your recap show, you know, if you mention my name, you know, please speak kindly of me. And Pete said, well, would you like to be on the show? And of course, my reaction was, you can do that? And Pete said, it's my show. I can do whatever the hell I want. So that was, I was more than thrilled, and hope to do as many more. I serve at the pleasure of the chairman. So anything I'm asked to do, I will be more than happy. And, you know, just love being a voice in the chorus, so to speak. So my favorite moment as a viewer, and I'm going to pull a Catino and name at least 3. And there's a few. I don't even know how long ago it was. Pete did a top 10 and bottom 10 of Status Quo with Stephen and Simon, which was eye-watering, which I loved. Made me go out and buy some discs, which I hadn't had.
Look at that.
So I went and picked up a small box set of, I think it was all in your top 5s, at least the 5 in a row from 73 to 76, I believe. And that was just so much fun to watch. And I knew of the band, but really did not know what the song sounded like. So I went and checked them out and said, yeah, what the hell, I'll go out and getting some of these. So very much enjoy them. Thank you very much for that, because you guys were throwing some heat on the with your back and forths and everything, which I absolutely loved. The other is with the same crew, and Pete, Stephen, and Simon did the ranking of Survivor, which I'm not even really a fan, but I watch. But it's like, no, I'm gonna watch this. And to anyone who hasn't seen it, please, the search feature is your friend. Go out.
They're
and
all
find
hilarious.
And I just to hear Simon say, "You're both wrong," it was wonderful. Once we got down to the top 2 or so, I loved it. Even though I'll be honest, I would like to have the subtitles on for some of it, but that's just for me. But again, thank you so much for for those videos, and also Pete's ranking of Def Leppard with Lynn, because the bottom half of the rankings was just filled with flaming bags of shit. That it was just so funny for them to say, well, coming in at number 10, oh, this one's not very good, and then coming in at number 9, you know, this one's really bad too, and it just kept going until you get down to the 3 that I think 2 or 3 that we all know, know what they are. But just wonderful show. So again, thank you, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, Happy Boxing Day to everyone, and be well, be safe.
Cool. Thanks, Craig.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Craig.
And I feel I've done my job as a true American over the last week because I have introduced both Simon and Steven to Velveeta cheese, because without that, you would have never known the wonderfulness that is Velveeta.
And there's cheese. You always got cheese whiz too.
Yeah, I'm not able to avoid Velveeta.
Come on, Simon. You know you went out and searched high and low over there in jolly old England for some Velveeta, right?
Nope.
Nope.
Good for you.
They enjoy their Marmite.
Want a bit?
We've got a brick of it in our fridge.
There you go. See that?
Oh, gosh.
Every home
It's a
should be
bricker,
with
right?
one. Yeah, exactly.
Love Velveeta.
All right, where are we here? Armando.
Hey,
Hello.
Broke man.
Well, just really quickly, being a fan of the show, like watching the show for about 9 months, like the different episodes and, Prog Seat and Hudson Valley Squares and all the other shows like Monsters Den for about 9 months. And then being asked to be on the show, it's just like, holy shit. It was just, I never thought it was going to happen, that it would ever happen. But so I want to thank you for that. I really do. I know exactly the interview that I want to pick. It's Dennis DeYoung. Because there was a two-parter, right? So I watched first part, went out with Bob for a drive, came back, watched the second part. And he just ran with it. Like, Dennis DeYoung just ran with it. It wasn't like, and you could interject, but you didn't need to because he was so entertaining. He was so engaging with you, right? So I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was just bloody hilarious. That one and Steve Lukather is a tie, I would say, because they were both giving you, talking about their experiences and what happened with the bands and stuff. I just thought, okay, this is great. So yeah, that's my pick. Yes.
Yeah, those were both a lot of fun for me. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And I just take this opportunity to wish everyone on the panel a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Please stay safe.
Definitely.
And just hopefully we can continue this in the new year.
Right on. You too, buddy.
Well said. Merry Christmas, Armando.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Again.
All right, moving across, the professor of Prague, Mr. Ken Golden from the Laser's Edge.
Well, I wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and to my fellow Hebes, Happy Hanukkah. So I'm going to echo what the others have said. My favorite, the whole thing's been a lot of fun for me. And I've known Pete for what, got to be 30 years, Pete?
Yeah, at least.
It's something like a long time. I'm doing this a long time. And I don't get a chance to be negative. So when I'm publishing everything on the web and I'm trying to sell product, it's not good for sales if we take the low road. So I wasn't really sure about that one particular episode, but that one particular episode really was a blast. And the thing that people don't really know was I knew Luis had surgery, and I was surprised when he came on the show, and I saw him bandaged like the mummy
with a reservoir tip.
Yeah, that was great. And before we went live, we were talking about it, and Pete said, so how are we going to handle this? And I said, the best thing is we don't mention it at all.
Right.
Just don't say, just make believe there's nothing wrong.
That's right. That was perfect.
We just totally blow everybody's mind. That
drove me
people
crazy.
in the chat are like, what is wrong with Lewis? Why are they not talking about this? And we're like,
Look like a mummy.
I wanted to ask, and I was scared to. I didn't want to, think
with the monster den or whatever, because he looked like a mummy.
I knew Luis had surgery, but I don't know if the other panelists knew that Luis had surgery. And then it was great because then George, when he was shitting on in the Court of the Crimson King, I thought the nurse was going to have to get the paddles for Luis. Yeah. I mean, it was great. And then just reading the comments, even still, nobody has said what happened to Luis? And we should never say what happened to Luis. It should always be a mystery. And there are still comments, and I'm always reading the comments for that. I read the comments for a lot of the episodes. Yeah. And there's always, what happened to Luis? How is Luis? Is Luis okay? You know, to this day, you know, and that particular moment was great. I enjoy all the episodes I'm on. I'm like, you know, the old guy. I trudge out these obscure albums, and every once in a while I watch somebody's jaw drop. You know, I'm actually getting a lot of, I don't want to call it fan mail, but I'm getting a lot of great feedback from people from all over the world, actually, customers of mine from Australia, Europe, just even some of the labels that I deal with, they watch the episodes. And it was great because, I mean, Pete, until you asked me to do it, I didn't know what the hell it was, but I have fun doing it. So
I just want to add that the nurse, when I told her I wanted to do that, she said, "You can't do that. You just had brain surgery a few hours ago." And I said, I feel fine.
He ruined it.
And,
that's out
of the bag now.
And she said she made a bet with me that I wouldn't last through the whole thing.
And
you did start to, Luis, there was one part I was watching, and
I was nodding.
You looked like you were nodding.
Yeah, but I got back.
You always look like you're nodding. So it was
that's right. That's just the drugs, man. Yeah. And I did win the bet with a nurse.
What did you win for, Louise?
Well, you know, in the hospital, in that condition, it just means you get some extra fucking applesauce. But you know, you gotta take what you can, right?
I was thinking maybe you got a happy ending or something.
Oh no, it's not that kind of a hospital.
I didn't know we were gonna go there.
Oh man.
Oh, I went there.
Okay. Now there's no going back.
How soon did you play Crash Course in Brain Surgery, though?
The budgie, yeah. I was actually thinking about a lot of music while I was in the hospital, and that's why I wanted to get on.
Brain cell surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Luis, you
was a
have,
good moment.
you have raised the bar so high that nobody else is going to be able to top that.
No.
Well, I mean, you are the trooper.
Ever.
Yeah,
And nobody
well,
can make any
fun.
excuses for not being on a show now.
Unless you're in like a moving ambulance.
And also it was a pass, because if you pick something or people disagree, hey, the guy just got surgery and let it go.
He's stupid. He's not thinking right. Yeah.
Or getting the last rights, right? Getting the last rights and interrupting the.
You're allowed one phone call from prison.
Yeah,
one phone call from prison. That's going to be a while.
That was a great episode. I got to vent. So I got to vent a little bit. So
it was fantastic.
You know, all day long, I'm negative all day long. You know, I mean, because I get so much product coming in here, and this is shit, and this is shit, and this is pretty good. This sucks, you know, all day long. But then it's like, you know, I come on Pete's show, and it's like, oh yeah, this is fantastic. You know, so it was great to really get to shit on something. So. But Luis, man, you stole everybody's thunder.
Well, it was fun, man. It was a lot of fun. So.
Cool. Thanks, Ken. It's been great having you. Chuck's back in the house with his bottle of ketchup. So he's
right.
Quenching that thirst. Nothing like a little tomato product to make the whistle. All right. Rand Kelly, you're up.
You know, I planned this and it's not going to go the way I planned it, but you know,
Hey,
that's
Rand.
life, right? Hi, Chuck. How you doing?
All right, buddy.
First thing I got to do is thank Pete. I've known you about 1.5 years now or so. I bought your guitar. You're the greatest guy I've ever met online. And I've had so much fun doing your shows and everything. And as everybody sort of knows, it's sort of an open secret that I'm going to do one more show with Pete, and then I'm going to bow out for a while and just be a spectator. But I love the Sea of Tranquility in so many forms, and all you people are just fantastic. I want to thank Eric Porter because he made comments about my music that were really, really nice, and I need that. You know, I don't handle criticism well, and when I send somebody something, the last thing I want is to say, "My God, this is awful." You know, so yeah, thank you, Eric.
Hey, keep creating, Rand. Keep doing it.
Well, with the Mellotron, and all
I'm
the
jealous.
parts that came with it, I've got a lot to work with. Anyways, to get to my favorite moment part, I think I want to bring up the fact that Pete invited Neve the Prog nerd from England, the only female in the Prog Seat, and we did a show. We did a show called Yes Through the Decades, and you all might know that Yes is my favorite band, and it was just Neve, Pete, and me as a trio, and I think it was a really good show, and it went really well. And if you don't mind me saying, what I thought the funniest moment was is what I said, because we were talking about the bands, and we were in the middle of talking about Tales from Topographic Oceans, and I said that I had a girlfriend, Marie, that we fell in love at that same time, and we listened to that like a Bible for weeks and months, and candlelight in her room and everything, and just really getting into it very deep. Then Relayer came out, and I brought it over to play it for her, and she hated it, so we broke up.
Wow.
Wow, good
So
stuff.
I just repeated everything I said in the video. If you watch the video, it was word for word. But there were only 3 people to laugh at that, and now all you people can laugh at it. But it's actually true. She did not like Sound Chasers. She said, "You guys are out of your minds. Why do you think that's good?" So yeah, that was it.
Well,
So you
the fact,
broke up
that, the
with
fact
her.
that she liked Topographic Oceans over Relayer, you're probably better off, man.
I was thinking that, Pete.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
I don't know how many females you could find today that could listen to all 4.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right.
Not many.
Well,
But
not
it was
my
our
wife.
Bible. It was our Bible.
Yeah. Cool. Well, we look forward to hearing some new music from you, Rand. So get busy.
Thank you again. Thank you, Pete. Really appreciate it.
You got
all
it.
of you've been great.
Cool.
I'll be watching all of you.
All righty.
All right.
Jim Bucky.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and all that stuff to everybody.
Hey, tell us about those octobons.
Did we just do that? Dude, the different. Never mind.
I gotta
I
say,
had
Jim,
to.
I approve of the shirt.
I know, man. That's an episode of the Prog Seat that no one will watch. So first of all, I apologize. I missed the whole Lewis as a Mummy episode.
Oh,
So now
one
I
of the
You
gotta
gotta watch it
one
now.
of the best
Gotta
ever.
watch it. It's
gotta
really
go
good.
practice now, but when I'm gonna watch it later, that sounds really funny. And I
It
guess
is.
George just shit over every prog record that everyone loves.
Oh,
Pretty much.
Hey, you know what? I gotta ask.
And we still like them. We still like them.
I haven't seen it either. So while you guys are here, now that you just brought it up, I just have to ask: did George shit all over UK?
No.
No.
Okay, all right. Carry on.
All right.
Yeah, I was
George,
like,
George got a lot of hate mail in the comments.
oh
Do
man.
you want him to shit on UK?
No.
I just
It
don't
was
want to
favorite.
Lewis as a mummy
want to
trying to
clarify.
stay awake and talk.
Super Trump was one of them.
In a silent way.
I'll
It
bet
was
Ken and I
magnificent.
were the few that got to see UK live with Alan Holzer.
Really?
Yeah, I saw him.
I saw him after.
I saw
I
him in
like
78.
honestly, I like Danger Money better, but Holdsworth is Holdsworth, so that's awesome. But Danger Money is the shit.
Yep, I agree.
Saw him at the Morris stage.
Okay,
Morris
back to
Sound.
Jim.
Anyway,
Sorry.
Back to Jim and his octobons. I'm sorry, Jim.
Nothing about octobons. Yeah, I guess first thing I want to say is thanks to Pete for having me on. I really enjoyed being part of the community. It's good to go rag on stuff and say you love stuff on, with a bunch of other people that like sort of the same thing. It's always fun making fun of Ace Frehley for me. Even though I love him, but I hate him. I'm gonna say my favorite episode. I'm gonna echo the Dennis DeYoung because that was fascinating. Because I always never really liked Dennis DeYoung, and after that interview, I was like, I really like Dennis DeYoung. He's great.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Yeah.
thoroughly, I stuck through the whole thing, I wasn't bored for a second. I couldn't wait for him to come back. He went and got a pizza, whatever he did. He did another interview or something, but it was really funny. But the first favorite was when you had Barry Goudreau on and finding out that he played the solo to Long Time through a friend of Princeton.
I still can't believe that. I still have a hard time
That
believing
was like,
that.
you know, my head exploded. That was, I think, my favorite moment of, you know, all of this. That was just, you know, one of my favorite records, and to hear that and hear him talk about all the stuff he did with Boston and that album and those albums and everything, that was really cool. And then for the non-celebrity episodes, or the one of the ones that I was on that I really enjoyed doing was the best albums of '76, because that's a year that's near and dear to my heart musically. So that was fun for me. And I guess all my runner-up moments are anytime Chris Allo complains about Black Sabbath putting out the same material every year. Every time they put out a box set, he's like, "We already have this. Why don't we have it?" I love watching Chris Allo rant. I wish.
But yet he buys it. He complains and then buys it.
Buys it. Yep.
That's 20 copies of Never Say Die.
The curse is real, folks.
And it will last.
But he has such a way of complaining, and it's so funny. I always enjoy watching it. And Chris, if you are watching this, I'm still waiting for that Black and Blue concert you're supposed to send me. The Black and Blue movie. He says, I have it. I'm going to send it to you. So I want it. Please send it.
I saw it at the theater, Jim.
I saw it
in San Francisco.
I saw it at the theater when it came out. I saw the tour probably 3 times. So that's why I want to see. I only went to the theater when it came out to see it in 1980, I guess, or whatever, 80.
I think it was 80.
80, yeah. The tour was 80. I want to say the movie might have been 81, but I did see it in shows and in the theater. So that was really cool. But I haven't seen it since. So I'm like, I really want to see it. And Chris is like, I have it. I'll make you a copy. I'm like, this is like 2 months ago. Like, Chris, fucking Black and Blue movie.
I will tell you, it is on YouTube, but you have to search for it. I have it, but so you have there's bits and pieces, and you can put it together to make the whole thing. But it's out there. You just got to do it. They make you work for it.
He's got a clean copy. I know he has the film of it and everything. He's got like the super crazy
laser disc, I think he has, or something.
Yeah,
like that.
so I want the clean version. But anyway, so those are my favorite moments, and I enjoy all the shows when I watch them. I enjoy being on the shows. I'm always here if you need for anything, Pete. And I appreciate being part of this community, and I like hanging out with all you guys and watching you talk about music and talking with you about music. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah to everybody. It's been great getting to know you this year, and I look forward to next year. So
cool.
Great.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Festivus.
That's right.
For the rest of us.
The rest of us.
Happy Festivus. That's
all right, Spaghetti Lee, you're up next.
Hey, how's it going? Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to everybody out there. Let's hope 2022 is better than 2021. This was a really great year at SoT, Pete. Did a lot of really cool shows. Favorite live albums by year was great. Favorite bands A to Z. But the minute we hit B, I got confused because now I have to choose between the Beatles and Black Sabbath. Is the Beatles or Black Sabbath? I was confused once we got to B. So
Beatles, Black Sabbath, Blue Oyster Cult. Throw another one in there, you know.
Everybody in there, right? Favorite albums with Mike Portnoy was really cool. Anything with Martin Popoff, because Martin Popoff is awesome. But my all-time favorite, I'm going to piggyback a little bit off Armando and Jim Bocci, was an interview, and it was the interview with Steve Lukather. You did Steve Lukather and Dennis DeYoung, I think, like in the same week, but it was back-to-back home runs. I mean, they were fantastic. But I watched this Steve Lukather interview 3 or 4 times, and I was fascinated at watching this journeyman, legendary musician just reminisce about his career. And he had no problem name dropping, talking about Quincy Jones and Aretha Franklin, Barbra Streisand. I mean, he's talking about playing his guitar 4 feet away from Aretha Franklin singing, and you could see the joy and the pride in his eyes. And he's also I'm into the music business and how even the sort of the new wave of fans that came and found Toto because Africa was a hit for Weezer or Weezer. It was my favorite. Pete was really perfect at interjecting at the right times, and you could see it was just like the entirety of Sea of Tranquility, man. It was just a couple of dudes talking about music, and it was awesome. So that was my favorite episode this year. And again, to piggyback off that, the opportunity, the honor to be able to join you guys and to do this. And even when I'm not around, just listening to people talk about the music they love, the good, the bad, the ugly, the jokes. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. We've really got a great thing here. And I'm honored to be a part of it in any way I possibly can. I really appreciate it. So thanks, Mev. My favorite this year, definitely the Steve Luca thing. It happened in June, in the middle of the year. Please, anybody go watch it. It's really amazing. It really opens up.
Right on.
You know,
It was a good one. It was a really good
pretty
interview.
easy guy to interview. Him and Dennis DeYoung. I mean, they did all the heavy lifting, right? They did all the talking, but
Luke likes to talk.
Whole new respect for those guys.
Well,
Whole
to
new
hear
respect.
Dennis DeYoung say "Va fanculo," like to Pete, like right in the middle of the interview, is just like, okay, did I just hear that? So yeah, it's like
he was amazing, man.
It's not a curse if it's in Italian, right?
I think.
But we also talked another star power.
Oh, and
Well,
that
I won't
reminds
give
me.
you the literal translation of that, but anyways, but yeah.
I know. And I just one more thing. I want to give an honorable mention to Jack Toledano, a fellow Italian from Long Island who's got the world's most perfect accent. The more Jack talks, the more I want to hear it. Because I'm up here now, Jack. I'm up here now.
Yeah, thanks,
I'm up
Spaghetti
here.
Lee.
I got
I
to
don't
hear
think
it.
we've ever met, but it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and thank you.
You didn't need a translation of what Armando just said. Dennis DeYoung said, right? How about Fangul? You got it.
No. Been hearing that all my life.
Directed at you?
No, that's just my mother swearing in anger.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that was my mother too, most of the time.
I think all of us Italians have heard that quite a bit.
Your Italian mom, right?
Yeah, exactly. All right, Steve, you got a question? What's up?
Yeah, I just want to say, guys, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and whatever you celebrate. And I do have to hop off because I got a few things to do. But it's been an honor doing the show with Pete. I mean, I've been doing this with Pete so long. How many years, Pete? Now, I can remember doing our top tens and him coming into Rock Fantasy, and it would be like, what, 100 views? And look what it's turned into. So
Yeah, it was way back, Steve. Yeah, way back. Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
Congratulations, Pete, on this building.
Can I say,
Thanks,
Stephen?
Giving everyone, something to watch, especially through like the pandemic and all these crazy times we're living in.
Right on. Look at all the star power.
Definitely.
You got Mike Portnoy who brings his A game all the time.
Helped me get my little channel up too, like with Pete's help and Rock Fantasy Files. It's just been a blast, and hope everyone can enjoy the holiday season. But I do have to hop off, and I'll see you guys soon.
Sounds good, Steve.
All right.
Thanks, Steve.
Good night, Steve.
Bye.
Bye, Steve.
All right, Eric Porter. Welcome,
Yeah.
man.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays to everybody. And just a raise of the glass to Pete. What a great job with this channel. It's so much fun to watch, whether watching or participating. You've done a great job, Pete, bringing people together, talking about music. And also to all the viewers, again, raise my glass. I love the comments. I love being in the chat, chatting with you guys. Sal, there's a couple of them, Sal, John the Wizard, Dark Wizard, I'm sorry, Kyle, and not to exclude people, but it's just a great community. So much fun talking with everybody. The guys on the Prog Seat, thank you very much. I love talking with all of you. It's been an honor, just like Lee said, it's just been an honor to be on the channel. And really my favorite moments have been stolen between George and Lewis coming on from the hospital bed. You really can't top those two. So those are great. And I do have a message from Anthony to say Merry Progmas to everybody.
Yes.
He couldn't make it tonight. So he just wanted to say hello to everybody. But again, thank you to all the viewers, the comments, the chats. Just keep it up. It's been great. And thank you, Pete, for everything you do. I know you work really hard and you put a lot of time and effort into the channel, and it's great. So thank you.
Thanks, Eric. Appreciate it.
Cheers, Eric.
Merry Christmas, Eric.
Good night, buddy. Merry Christmas, pal.
Merry Christmas, Eric.
So she couldn't make it tonight because Sydney, I'm talking about, she's got that new radio gig and she's got an event very early tomorrow morning and she had to get to sleep early. So she wasn't able to make it, but she did want me to say hello to everybody, wish everybody happy holidays. And she wanted to give her 2 favorite moments on the channel for her. And I think there's most of you might have seen it, or some of you might have seen it. Butch was there with me. The first live Hudson Valley Squares show we did, where we couldn't get the transmission going correctly and there was that echo that wouldn't stop. And
yeah,
I remember that. And Sydney was just like, she said all she did was watch my face. I'm like in peril trying to figure this out, and everything I say is going echoing all over the place and repeating. And it was like the first 5 minutes, it was a complete clusterfuck, but we finally got it we finally figured it out and it was fine after that. But that was like absolutely crazy. We were all laughing
funny
afterwards. Yeah. And her other favorite moment was when we had Mike Portnoy on the Hudson Valley Squares for the first time, and I outed her to Mike that her distaste for Rush, and he was like, "You hate Rush? How is that possible?" And she's like,
I remember
"Thanks,
that.
Pete. I really appreciate it." You just outed my distaste for Rush to Mike Portnoy. It's like, yeah, sorry. So thanks, Sydney. Sorry I couldn't make it here today. And to the rest of Nick Franco and Ryan Scow and Chris Allo and Lynn all wish everybody happy holidays. They couldn't make it tonight. Same thing with Anthony and whoever else on the channel wanted to make it but couldn't make it. Mike Antonelli and Dan Brown and a few other folks. We wish them all a happy holidays too. So now it's up to me. So seeing as I'm last and a lot of my picks have already been talked about, but I do want to go through a few of them. And, it's really hard to pick favorites when you've been on every freaking episode on the entire history of the channel, all 2,000 plus videos or whatever it is. I've lost count, but I do want to mention some of my favorites personally. I will say I enjoy immensely my Friday mornings with Martin. I look forward to that every week. I just love just talking one-on-one, about intricate stuff or not, but about music we love, whether it's album covers we love or we don't love, or ranking things, or whatever it might be. But I think there was one episode that Martin and I did a little while back where we both were a little kind of like, should we do this episode or not? Or should we not do this episode? And at the time, it was the longest one we had ever done together. And when we got done with it, we were like, wow, that came out great. And it was our ranking the albums of XTC, nice. Which I think we were both a little leery of doing, because it's like, all right, this is a band we both like, maybe really like, but how do we talk about them? And it was an absolute home run. And I always look back on that. I've watched that one a few times, and I think a lot of people really enjoyed that one. So there's that. I gotta say, the last 2 months spending Thursdays with Simon Bray and Stephen Reeder, they both still here. I'm amazed you guys are still here. Those 2 homework assignment shows we did. I mean, you guys, I haven't laughed that hard in I can't tell you how long. I mean, just, if folks watching or even folks here on the panel, if you haven't seen the 2 homework assignment shows with these 2, just absolutely hysterical stuff. I mean, just so entertaining, so much fun. What else? The Prog Seat show, albums we can't stand. I mean, that was just absolutely epic. I had Hudson Valley Squares, Butch's birthday show. To me was an absolute blast that we pulled it off, and Butch had no idea up until the moment when Lynn is ringing his doorbell. I mean, we kept that so quiet for like 3 weeks. 3
You
weeks.
you got me good.
Well done.
Watching Lynn sitting in that chair for like 5 minutes, taking like 3 swigs of bourbon, making those faces, and all of a sudden she's just talking absolute nonsense. I'm like, she's drunk already. She just started.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just
That was funny. That was
it was
good.
absolutely classic. Although we had Mike Portnoy on a bunch of shows on the channel, those were always a lot of fun.
Yeah, he brings his
Guitarist Corner shows. And for me personally, I as much as after I get done doing these interviews with my heroes, I was never as nervous about any show I've ever done on the channel than the week leading up to talking to Rob Halford. I was literally terrified. And I don't know why, because it's like 2 minutes into it, I'm like, he's just a regular guy just like me.
He's a sweetheart.
He's a total sweetheart. And Dennis DeYoung was a blast to talk to. I mean, basically, I had some great questions written. I just asked him a question. He answered it and fired off with the story. That's what I love doing. For me to have these famous guests on, I just want them to talk about themselves and their stories. It's not about me. So whether it's Dennis DeYoung or Dee Snider, that was a lot of fun. Talking to Derek Shulman from Gentle Giant. I mean, Steve Lukather, Bev Bevan, Steve Morse, for crying out loud, was such a sweetheart. Yeah. Barry Goodrow, Andy Powell from Wishbone Ash, Mike Portnoy, Todd Latore from Queensryche. Simon Phillips was so interesting and had such a wealth of information. That was amazing. Shooting the shit with Carmine Appice or Carmine Appice. I mean, that was so much fun. Too. Talking to Steve Hackett, who's just such a lovely human being. Man, I mean, I could go on and on. It's like everybody who Annie Haslam from Renaissance. So many. There's been so many. For me, you know what? To be quite honest with you, every episode we do is a highlight for me. That's what it comes down to. It's like they're all fun. And almost every time I get done with recording one of these things, I just feel really good about everything. And that's what it's all about. And it's like, I guess you could say, this has always been my passion in life. And for the first time, when I started this channel up 7 years ago, just as like a little side thing to supplement the webzine. And now 7 years later, it's like the webzine is kind of the supplement to the YouTube channel. And this has become like, it's everything I love to do. And I'm glad I can be doing it with people like you guys. So I will say interacting with everybody on this channel, whether they're on the panel today or not, is a godsend for me. It's just to be able to share your passion with people like yourself and share laughs and stories and insight. That's what it's all about. Because I mean, there's not a day that goes by that I don't get like good positive vibes about the music we're talking about from all of you folks. And that's the important thing. So, and then we couldn't do it without the viewers, right? And that's kind of what this episode is for everybody watching, whether you're watching it tonight, tomorrow, next week, or whatever. Thank you so much for all your views and your support of the channel. I mean, I love reading the comments as well. Martin made a comment earlier today about how he loves to go and read all the comments of all the episodes. I try to do that as much as I can because there's usually a lot of great stuff going on in there. And I love the community that we've kind of helped put together. And so many of you in the comments know each other, whether it's in the chat or in the comments, and have good things to say, take part in what's going on in the video, whatever the episode is about. You guys are putting together your lists and discussing the albums or the bands and whatever. And I think that's what it's all about. This is, not just a YouTube channel where people come watch once and then never come back. We have people who come every single day. And that's pretty cool, I think. And that community pretty happy. And that's why I do it. I've had people say to me, it's like, well, Pete, why don't you do like reaction videos and you'll have 1 million subscribers? I'm like,
really?
I don't believe in reaction videos. That's not what I do. That's like, I could do that tomorrow. And sure, I may have 1 million subscribers, but that's not me. I could care less about reaction videos. So that's not, this is a different place. And I will say it again, this is a talk show. This is where people get to discuss music they love or don't love, discuss it in depth, hash it out like we would if we were sitting around a campfire or at a bar or at a restaurant. So if you want people to just read lists and not have discussions, it's not how we do it here. Right. This is all about building this community and having discussions like a group of friends around a table. And That's what we do. That's Sea Tranquility. So I want to thank everybody for watching. I do want to mention, I'll let him talk about it for a second. So Jack Toledano just started up his own YouTube channel to talk about all or nada. Jack, you want to talk about it real quick?
Yes, thank you, Pete. And Pete, I could not have done this without having been on your show and you know, getting known around the world. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. So basically, and my motto is I'm not going to be on all the damn time like Pete. I'm thinking only maybe once a week, once or twice a week. You know, it's for me, it's more about, you know, keeping it small and simple and putting quality into it. And what you mentioned about being nervous as hell before Rob Halford, I've now recorded 2 episodes and I was scared to death last weekend recording that first one, not having Pete Pardo as my safety net. So
first one's always the hardest, Jack. Trust me, I remember.
But Pete made me promise to keep this short, so I will.
Too late.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
I was giving you the New York attitude, saying "Too late, Jack."
You have Mr. Wappingers balls over there. Anyway, so
enjoy my old manager, by the way. God damn it!
Sorry.
Enjoy my old manager, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm an Orioles fan.
Buck Showalter, he's gonna be great.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes, I'm very happy about that. By the way.
So am I.
As I'm sure Pete is. Yeah,
exactly.
I know.
And don't forget me.
No, I know. Thank you.
You should be.
Chuck. But anyway, so my show is called All or Nada According to Jack. And it's going to have some topics that Pete does not cover, like I'm a Seinfeld nut. So I'm going to have some episodes about Seinfeld. I'm still going to talk about rock. Basically, Pete's been doing this for 7 years. I've missed out on a bunch of ranking the albums and the top 10 songs. So I'm going to do some of those, you know, from my perspective that I didn't get to do with Pete. There might be some talk about sports, and I'm into pro wrestling, and I ran into Chris Allo about a couple weeks ago at an event. So, you know, those are things that I might like to talk about. So come check us out. We're at 250 views, so we're getting there.
Getting there.
It's a start.
But thank you
start
for your
somewhere.
support, and thank you everybody for your support. And that's all.
You got it. Cool. Everybody go
Good
check
luck,
out
Jack.
Jack's channel.
That's awesome.
Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing, Pete. Today is my mother's birthday, so very happy birthday, bottom of my heart. They're on a cruise, so I wish them a great cruise. Love you, Mom and Dad.
Happy birthday, Mama Toledano.
Happy birthday.
Because I haven't seen her in a long
Happy
time.
birthday.
Hope she's well.
Thank you.
Guitar Hack, you want to plug what you're doing over on your channel?
Yes, I want to thank Pete for coming on, and Martin, once a month, and we pick a band and we rank the records, and those are my highest views of the month. So I want to thank you so much for that. And just like I said, just, you know, a quick story. I contacted Pete, I don't know, maybe a year ago. He was kind enough to come on my show, and then we've been doing this little exchange, and you know, I've had the honor to be on Pete's channel, and Pete's come on my channel, and my channel's just grown. Thanks so much for that. What I got coming up, I'm doing a Christmas show on Wednesday. I got a bunch of original music that I just put out another song this week. Go in their channel, check it out, playlist, original music. Give that stuff a listen. I put a lot of work into that. And yeah, that's about it. Next month, actually, we have to talk about what we want to do next. I got some ideas, but I'll email you about that. But yeah, I just want to thank you so much, man. You've really helped my channel out a lot. And again, I so much enjoy being a part of your channel and meeting all these folks. And yeah, it's just awesome. Yeah.
Thanks, Hack.
I want to ask Hack. I didn't know that you were Canadian. Where are you from?
I'm in Toronto.
Okay. As anyone knows me, knows I'm an honorary Canadian. I love Canada. I would move there tomorrow if I could go to Edmonton. So
We'd
that's
have
awesome.
you.
I didn't know that.
We'd
So
have
that's
you, for sure.
Very cool. Cool.
Pete, can I say something real quick before we go?
Yeah.
I forgot to thank the viewers of all the programs that that I was on, or that all of them actually. And also, I'd like to beg for 500 subscribers on YouTube, please, so I can get to 1,000, so I can go on live. They won't let you go on live unless you get 1,000. I
Right.
sure would appreciate it, because he's got like 70,000 subscribers. So Pete does.
I'm sure
So
we can get, I'm sure we can get 500 people to go click on Rand's.
I'm hoping.
There you go.
What's the name of the channel?
Rand Kelly, but there's 4 of them. Just look for my face. It's a big face, like up really close. No glasses.
Butch, you want to invite people over to the butcher shop who haven't been there already?
Yeah, for sure. The butcher shop has been mentioned a little bit. It's just, to me, like you said, Pete, that's been my whole thing since I was a little kid. It's about turning people on to things that you're passionate about. And the butcher shop is just a community, just like if we were at a bar and we were shooting the shit and you're talking about your favorite bands and your favorite albums or whatever, and it's just going back and forth. And it's a community where you can go and post the stuff that you love and get other people to talk about it, and it takes off from there. So I really much appreciate everyone that's gotten involved in it. And then recently, with my, we talk about the chants all the time on the Hudson Valley Squares, because it's in Poughkeepsie and it's been in my home since I was 15 years old. And my friend that owned it, Frank Pallett, died this summer. And I've kind of taken over to be one of the hosts of the show, the radio show that they had on iHeartRadio out of Poughkeepsie, so Z93. So I do a show every Saturday afternoon from noon to 3. You can go on the iHeart app. So anywhere in the world, really, you can listen to it, because, the world that we live in now is all streaming. So you can go to iHeartRadio and find the app if you're not local, and you can listen to it live on Sundays, Jesus Christ, on Saturdays from noon to 3. And that's really it. Just the iHeart thing for the chants, my butcher shop stuff, and you'll find me talking about the same shit, which is great. On the radio, I'm able to play some Lizzie, because that's my thing. Getting Lizzie fans one person at a time. So I just keep pushing that.
I gotta tell you, I got into Lizzie watching the show, like watching you, Butch. Like,
awesome.
Your enthusiasm about
Butch. The butcher shop's on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, it's on Facebook. Yeah, I'm too old to do Instagram and all that stuff. So it's the old person's thing. I'm on Facebook.
Too old.
Instagram, what the hell is that, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
People showing pictures of their cats and stuff.
That and the
I can't
TikTok
keep
thing.
up
I don't
with any
get
of
TikTok either. What?
Can't keep up.
I want to have Martin go next, but before I do, please go to martinpopoff.com and check out this glorious new Hawkwind hardback book.
Wow.
If you are a fan of Hawkwind, you absolutely need this. There'll be a review coming up soon here on the channel. So I'll let Martin go next, and he can talk about
my bank account.
Man.
I heard that, Rick.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to mention it's very cool getting to be buddies with Rick. We've been talking on Facebook and stuff. And I love doing Hack Show. It's been a lot of fun doing those. Coming up with these 5 albums, it just seems like a crazy question, but we've actually turned it into something where we really have to think about it, right? Top 5 of some of these bands with a lot of stuff, and always enjoy your guys' comments. Jamie as well. I mean, it's great having you part of the Contrarians. Just smart stuff, funny stuff. You do so much preparation. It's really cool to see. And Butch, I have to apologize again. I mean, I constantly in the back of my mind I'm always thinking I get a little argumentative of times, and I never forget that talking about Tommy Bolin, and even when Cozy Powell comes up, right?
Hey, don't fuck with Cozy.
I know, but I really felt bad after that show, and I never actually got over it, and I still haven't got over it.
No, you should. It's not like it's not like I'm up to argue for anything.
Okay, good. All right, and I just want to thank Pete again for this whole thing he's put together, and how much fun it is doing this, and it is such a great community with everybody here. So there you go.
Cool. Thanks, Martin. So everybody, make sure you head over to Martin's website and check out all the new books he's got available. Ken Golden, what's hot and new on Laser's Edge this week? Anything new?
Actually, not much. No, I mean, the middle of December is not exactly a hotbed for new releases, but we just got in people are really into Samurai of Prague, which is like these all-star symphonic rock thing. We got this new thing that's just Robinson Crusoe concept albums, which just fell in our laps this afternoon. And other than that, we're just kind of cruising, waiting for January when all the new stuff starts coming out.
Did
We're
you
gonna
just
do a top 10 tomorrow, Pete?
Did you just say a Robinson Crusoe concept record?
Hey, I don't. I just sell them, man. I don't record them. I don't tell them what to do. So
Does that record have Steve Unruh on it?
No, and this is the funny thing. So Steve Unruh is part of the Samurai of Prague.
Yeah.
And the other two guys that make up the Samurai Prague is Kimo Porsty and Marco Bernard. And if it's called the Samurai of Prague, it sells twice as much as Bernard Porsty albums. This is a Bernard Porsty album. So I said, Kimo, why aren't you calling this the Samurai of Prague? He said, well, Steve Unruh's not on it. I'm like, oh my God, Steve Unruh's not on it. I said, screw Steve Unruh. Call this the Samurai of Prague. You'll sell out, So he said, it's a good idea, but anyway, I guess it's too far along. So it's a Bernard Porsty. And and the other thing is we're waiting for these Devin Townsend puzzle box sets to come over here from the Netherlands. It's been kind of a fiasco. It's been a bit of a nightmare. They were supposed to be out 2 months ago. It's this strange side project that he's doing. He's always doing something a little odd. And they had to assemble these box sets that we've been selling for $300. I sold out of them like immediately. And it has a USB stick and a doll and a book, and it's very elaborate. And now they finally assembled them, and they're trying to figure out how the hell to get them to me from the Netherlands. And the Netherlands, the government just declared a lockdown.
Wow.
So until January 14th. So
There's
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of that going around.
And even while we're doing this, I'm getting emails from people, hey, what happened to my order? So such is the life of retail.
That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I wanted to say one thing. Martin, weren't we in touch with one another years and years and years ago about Canadian Psych and Prague, and we were going back and forth about Plastic Head and all that other stuff?
I think so. I'm sure we talked a lot back then. I mean, I definitely interviewed a lot of bands probably, and maybe even wrote some bios for you. I don't even know. It's been a while. I know we reviewed that stuff all the time. I mean,
I think we were talking about Spirit of Christmas when I put that stuff out way back.
Yeah.
That's how I started with all those reissues, Plastic Cloud and Christmas.
Well, this was Brave Words and Bloody Knuckles, right? That we had going
so.
that whole time, right? And we covered all your stuff. So
I'm doing this a long time. So
what time is it in the UK right now? Like 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, nearly. It's 20
Oh, good Lord.
You guys
I'm amazed at these two troopers. We're approaching like Lewis in the hospital with the band. These two guys, Simon and Steven, man, troopers.
Sleep deprived.
Holy cow. Well, we're going to wrap it up a minute, but I do want to let Rick talk about his upcoming album that's coming out in Q2 22, right?
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, well, I put out a blues album in January of this year, and that was just like a bucket list thing. But this one actually, for about a year and a half, with some of the gig being coming to a halt, I had some time to record. And so now I got like 24 songs, a double album, and that's coming out February 2nd on 2022. And so there's a lot of great people on it, from friends of mine, from Uriah Heep, Pat Travers, and the Tea Party, and then a lot of great talent from my local community and my band, the band that I play live. So, it was, thanks, Pete. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's going to be available in 2 months.
Cool. Right around the corner. Awesome.
That's awesome, Rick.
Yeah. Awesome.
Congratulations, Rick.
Pete, can I just say one quick thing?
Yeah.
Very quick. I just want to thank, first of all, Eric Porter for joining, because he and I joined the team at the same time with Album Homework Assignment, and I always call him my partner in crime. And I was very nervous coming on the first time, and he talked me through it.
Did a great job too.
You'll be. Oh, thank you very much. You'll be fine. He just sort of calmed me down. And I want to thank Spaghetti Lee for giving me a shout out back over Thanksgiving weekend on the album Homework Assignment. As he said, I apparently raised the bar in terms of being prepared with notes and stuff. Tell you something, guys, it was nerve fucking wrecking. It was bad. Okay. I had to be prepared. I wasn't going to do this shit on my own with just by memory. So, but I want to thank both of you for that. It's really appreciated.
Thank you.
Thanks, Armando.
Hey, Ken, I'm going to be in touch with you. I'm going to have a Wayne Gretzky concept record coming soon. So
Oh, I'm all about it, man.
I can absolutely crush that.
It's going to be what?
Number two,
What's it going to be
behind
about?
Lemieux.
Islanders against the Oilers? Is that?
Ooh, only if it's 84.
Yeah. I
The
was a big.
Oilers are doing pretty good. So
I was a big Islanders fan back then.
Of course you were. God damn it!
He's gonna title it HE double hockey sticks.
It's going to be called number 2 behind Lemieux.
Ooh, there's a rookie
Nice.
card. There you go, Martin. I had one. I sold it years ago.
Yeah, what you
Yep.
get for it? If you don't mind me asking.
It wasn't perfect. It was cut all. I got it graded and everything. I got $400 for it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel bad for Steven and Simon right now. You poor guys been
Yeah,
up all
poor
this
guys,
time.
man. It's almost 3:00 out there. Keep looking at the time.
No, right. All right, we're going to get ready to sign off. So once again, everybody watching, happy holidays, Merry Christmas and Hanukkah and all that good stuff. But we'll be here each and every day throughout the holidays. So please continue watching. Subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell. We've also got the link to our Ko-Fi page below, the link to our merch page if you want to get cool Sea of Tranquility shirts and things. We've got all that stuff available. We are having a special between now and the end of the year, so check that out. And for Chuck Alvarez, Guitar Hack, Louis Nassar, Martin Popoff, George Lemmi, Craig Kaminsky, Butch Jones, Simon Bray, Scott Berry, Jack Toledano, Stephen Reed, Rick Labonte, Jim Bucky, Armando Venditti, Ken Golden, Rand Kelly, Spaghetti Lee, Jamie Laszlo, and Eric Porter, and all the folks who had to drop off earlier. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. This is Sea of Tranquility. We'll see you here real soon because we're here all
the damn time.
Take care, everybody.
Merry
Bye.
Christmas.
Happy
later.
holidays.
Happy
Merry
holidays.
Christmas.
Christmas.
Take care.
Cheers.